Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. We got that 50th anniversary gear. It's in the Rock Shop. You got to get it. It's a limited edition gear celebrating our big 5-0. Lots of good stuff, man. I mean, you like hats, we got knit hats, beanies, trucker caps. We got short sleeve shirts. We've got the light t-shirt. We got long sleeve. We got everything for you, and it's got that gold 50th anniversary logo on there. Oh, yeah.
It's comfortable and cool.
And cool. Okay. Comfortable and cool. You want to check it out? You want to get it for you, or maybe more importantly, for somebody you care about? Go to KISW.com.
Let's play B-Migs. It's time to play the game. Yeah! So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! B-Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to be Migs, but it's Wednesday, so maybe we could whack him instead?
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
Woo!
Whack it.
And yeah, Steve is the resident Mr. Wacky in this place.
Thank you.
So we'll have to see if his opponent can do any better and maybe whack him. We've got Katie in Spanaway. Katie, are you there?
I am.
Excellent. All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Katie will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Katie, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am.
Beginning with the letter C, what is the first real name of rapper Snoop Dogg?
Carson.
No.
Kurt.
No.
Pass.
Who played Ben Stone in the comedy Knocked Up?
Chris Pine.
No.
Pass.
Typically, what color dress does Tinkerbell wear?
Green.
Yes. What year of the mid-2010s did Robin Williams pass away?
11, 12, 13.
No. The sitcom Will and Grace is set in what city?
Chicago.
No.
New York.
Yes. What European country is often referred to as the land of fire and ice?
Iceland.
Yes. With the federal government agency, what does FBI stand for?
Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yes. Madison is the capital of what state?
Wisconsin.
Yes. The Monte Cristo sandwich is said to have originated in what European country?
England.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correct.
All right, right down the middle. You know, an average performance from Katie. You know, I mean, that's...
Yeah, I helped her out a little bit there, but I mean...
you sure did.
Well, you know, a little ring rust on that, and, you know, I will try not to help Steve.
All right.
I can't make any promises at this point in time because, I mean...
trying to read, and apparently reading is not very fundamental for me this morning.
No, it's not.
And Steve's back.
Yes, feeling good. I got Vicky's dad's fruit snacks in me. Ready to go. Shout out to Juan.
That sounds very euphemistic, sir. I'm not going to go to Urban Dictionary and look that up.
Are you ready? Beginning with the letter C, what is the real first name of rapper Snoop Dogg?
Calvin.
Yes. Who played Ben Stone in the comedy Knocked Up?
Seth Rogen.
Yes. Typically, what color dress does Tinkerbell wear?
Pink.
No.
Green.
Yes.
Yeah.
What year in the mid-2010s did Robin Williams pass away?
Mid-2010, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
2014.
Yes. The sitcom Will and Grace is set in what city?
Chicago?
No.
New York?
Yes. What European country is sometimes called the land of fire and ice?
Land of fire and ice?
Yeah.
Antarctica?
No.
I don't know. Country? France?
No.
Yeah.
Italy?
No.
Okay.
With the government agency, what does...
Russia?
No. With the government agency, what does FBI stand for?
Federal Bureau of Investigators?
No.
Federal Bureau Investigators?
No.
What was the question?
With the government agency, what does FBI stand for? You just said the same thing twice.
Federal Bureau Investigation.
Yes. Madison is the capital of
Wisconsin.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You win 7-5.
Yes!
Wow.
Oh, sorry about that, Katie.
It's all good.
There we
That
go.
was closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Well, that's the FBI for you.
Yeah. Oh, I love how you were like Federal Bureau of Investigators, and then you said it again like
I removed the of. I thought maybe that was
oh, okay. There was the distinct difference there.
I mean, you guys are nitpickers.
Well,
It's
that's
true.
the thing, though, because of is supposed to be in there. You asked what does FBI mean, right, Rev?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Did you
did
not-
actually. He didn't say of.
Did you not say of for the last one?
I don't even
No, he
remember.
didn't.
Oh,
He didn't. Nope.
So,
Danny, whose side are you
Thank
on?
you, Danny.
I'm sorry. I just have to be the rule keeper
He has
here.
to be impartial, neutral. So I'm going to have to dock that one from you, Steve. You still win.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't say anything because you would have. Yeah, if it was going to be a tie, believe me, I would have said something.
Fair.
Yeah.
The only other one you got, the European country that's sometimes called the land of fire and ice. It's in the question, Iceland. Yeah, Katie got that one correct.
Oh, maybe if we said the land of ice and ice, maybe then.
But that's not the name of it. Well, congratulations on your win in whacking your opponent.
Thank you.
Good job, Steve.
Whack it.
Thank you.
And really, okay, Federal Bureau of Investigators. Okay, there we go. We got a guy. His name is Jensen Karp, and he lives in L.A. He's a podcaster. He's a comedian.
He was also did radio as well. Remember that was the show that replaced Kevin and Bean in L.A. He was one of the guys on that show.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jensen's a funny dude.
Damn, he's married to Danielle Fischel, or Danielle. Is it Fischel or Fischel? I don't know. Danielle Fischel sounds
Fischel.
better. It is Fischel.
Topanga. No one knows her real name. Come on.
Exactly. That is exactly it.
I'm kidding.
Topanga on Boy Meets World. That's it. That is his wife, and he's a lucky man. Well, on Monday, Jensen opened a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and found 2 shrimp tails in the bag.
Have you seen this story, BJ, at all?
I have no. This is the first I've heard of this, dude.
The other day, yesterday mainly, I spent way too long of a time on Twitter reading everything he's writing because it's insane. Like, the story is just completely bonkers. And he finds these fish tails, the shrimp tails, in his cereal, as well as other stuff. There's like black dots on his on the cereal pieces as well. And I believe he even saw like floss was in there. And of course, has like a meltdown. Complains about it to Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and they're like, "No, that's not what it is. That's just a bunch of clumped up sugar." He's like, "No, these are shrimp tails."
Yeah, I mean, they look like shrimp tails. I mean, there's no. If that's clumped up sugar, that's the greatest sculpting job I've ever seen. But that picture that I've seen is that looks like shrimp tails to me. And I just had shrimp recently, so it's like I'm telling you, they look like shrimp tails. Wow. And yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is just like no. They said after further investigation. Did they go check it out? Did they go to his house?
Well, that's the crazy part. They're like, "Hey, send it to us." Like at first they were just kind of like dismissing him. Then they're like, "Send it to us." He's like, "I'm not sending it to you because then he was legit upset. He's like, for whatever reasons, like, and also just like he feels like they're lying to him. He's like, I'm not going to send it to you because then you're just going to like say that that wasn't what it was, and I don't want you to just be able to like just dismiss me. So it's like becoming this big issue, and then they're like, we'll send someone to you, but you have to be at home for like 3 hours. Like they give him a 3-hour window. He's like, I'm not staying around my house for 3 hours so you can send someone. And then finally the social media people are like, well, bring it to the authorities. Go to a police station. He's like, I'm not walking into a police station with a box of cereal going, I have shrimp tails. You know what I mean? Like the whole thing is just ridiculous.
I don't know what either side really wants here.
I think he wants them to acknowledge and admit that they had shrimp tails and it was a big mess up.
Well, yeah, and I can understand them going, well, we'd like to see it just to be sure, because people have scammed other people. You know what I mean? People have scammed people before trying to get free stuff, and, now he has a theory. He's saying a rat got into the bag, and the shrimp and string are its collections. And he is going to take the tails to a lab for DNA testing.
Yeah, I saw on his Twitter, I think he had he just posted that he met somebody that's a carcinologist, a crustacean researcher that works at a certain place, and they're going to identify the shrimp using microscopes and things, and a team of researchers to identify what happened. And he goes, yes, this is actually happening.
So then if the rat got into the bag, did the rat get into the bag after but he opened it, and that's how it came that way. So basically he's saying it was in the bag before he opened it. So it's not his problem. It wasn't his rat or anywhere after so it was before it was purchased.
I guess, yeah.
And some people are thinking that possibly that the rat got into like the flour of the stuff that they were making and then left all the little goodies, and then there's like little black marks that are kind of baked into some of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Might be rat droppings, which they're getting tested as well.
Oh man.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, they're all trying to figure out everything, and the whole time Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the social media person is just like, no, this is just sugar, and he's just like, no, I don't believe this is true.
And this is what happens when you throw stuff on social media like this, because the social media person, what are they going to do? You know what I mean?
Right.
They're like, wow.
So do rats floss? Is that also what's going on?
Oh yeah, rats are. Look,
they got those two big buck teeth in the front, right? They have to floss those.
Yeah,
dude, the social media is having a blast with this. Like people are posting like Photoshop pictures of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch box with like shrimp tails on it. Other people are making shrimp tails using a crust of Cinnamon Toast Crunch to like the batter.
Oh man,
ooh, interesting.
Yeah, that's not bad. Actually, that's a pretty good idea.
But most importantly, everyone's losing their minds because they're like, wait, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch rat tail or shrimp tail guy is married to Topanga. Like that's blowing people's minds the most.
Yeah, that does blow my mind, to be honest. How do you feel about that, though? I mean, I think we know that these giant factories, look, rats get everywhere. Critters get everywhere. We know that from our own homes. Mm-hmm. It's awful hard for me to, you want them to have as clean of a place as possible. But boy, a giant factory, it sucks that happened. Obviously, there's the fact that the quality control didn't check that out. But I don't know if there's a way they could, because they mass produce so much.
That's so crazy, man.
It's nuts. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever want that cereal again. And I don't know if I trust that. Do I trust that company that makes that cereal?
And what happens with the social media person? Because it seems like they're not handling it.
No.
I don't know how you're supposed to handle this, but it doesn't seem like they're handling it the best way.
No, to say that was just a bunch of clumped up sugar is really dumb. Yeah, that was somebody that panicked, or either that was told by a boss to say that. That's a dumb response. I mean, somebody should be in trouble for that response.
Could you imagine being the person who has to interact with everyone and the boss is saying, just tell them it was clumped sugar, it'll just blow over, and then you do and this happens?
Yeah. I feel like there's probably somebody like, God, my boss is an idiot and I got to write this. I think I can't. I mean, I want to believe that. I want to believe it's some mucky muck in a high chair as opposed to just some dumb kid. I really want to believe that.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys though. Like, if I just found, I guess I don't have that kind of energy. I would just see the shrimp tails in there and be like, oh, that's weird, and then just throw away the box and like go on.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I don't know if I would turn this into a social media crusade, but hey, people do things with their time, and I mean, obviously, he's getting talked about way more. I don't know if that was his intent, but. I guess like if there's a glass is half full kind of mentality, all of a sudden people are talking about Jensen Karp.
And that's the thing. Jensen Karp's an entertainer. Mm-hmm. Like you said, he's a comedian, he's a podcaster. So yeah, he's going to want to get the attention, which is really frustrating because, I'm not rooting for anybody here. Because I'm like you, Steve, except I don't think I'd ever buy any Cinnamon Toast Crunch again, just because it would be in my brain.
Oh, I would buy it again. I just would.
Oh, when I see those, what might be rat droppings in my cereal, oh, I don't know if my brain will just like want to check the whole box. My OCD would be like, well, what if this other box, like how many rats were involved? I mean, oh yeah. See, I have that, Danny. I think I would just be like, I'm not going to, I might be able to convince my brain not to just go with the brand, but then my other part of my brain will be, well, they make more than just Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that company.
On a much lower level, and I'm with you, Steve, completely. My girlfriend bought like some ginger ale from the store the other day, and she noticed when we got home that it didn't like pop when she opened it. Like, it's supposed to be fresh.
Yeah.
So somebody had opened it, basically.
Oh.
And she was like pissed. She was like, I got to get my receipt. I was like, just throw it away and go buy a new bottle. And she's like, I'm taking it back. And I was like, okay, whatever. Go do it.
It's a good.
It's $1.50. Like, come on.
What does Topanga think about all this? You know what I mean?
That's a good point. She should have been quoted, and it should be a very long quote and in a slow motion scene.
If I'm Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I'm gonna see if she. Hey, look, let's just forget this happened, and we'll hire Topanga to be like our spokesperson.
That's a good solution, Steve. See, now that's a good solution. That's what I expect their social media to respond with.
I do love somebody posted like a picture, a Photoshop picture of they're like, we found the culprit, and it was Captain Crunch pouring shrimp tails into a Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That makes sense.
Box.
He's a captain.
Right.
True.
He goes out to sea. He's probably a shrimp fisherman.
Yeah, and look, I mean, a lot of people like to have their shrimp detailed. So, so you got to do something with those tails. Arr, throw them in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Captain Crunch is a pirate, by the way. I don't know if you know, but he's recently decided to become a pirate.
And it's hilarious. It's obvious that these are shrimp tails, and like for them to say this is clumped up sugar is like the funniest thing.
Yeah, and those are jimmies, or you know what I mean? That's what those are. Yeah, sprinkles. We call them jimmies in Massachusetts. I'm an idiot. Little sprinkles you put on ice cream. Those black little dots.
Oh,
yeah. Those are like little black sprinkles. The rainbow sprinkles are in the next box. Keep looking.
That's why I go rainbow sprinkles. Never have to worry if they're rat droppings.
Yeah, that's a good call. Unless the rats are on hallucinogens.
Are just goth sprinkles.
Rats are high. Hey, man.
Wow.
Here's our sprinkles, man. We're high. They're rainbow.
Ew.
All right, we got a baseball team that just hooked up a fan with a bunch of free beer and an autographed bat. Why? I'll tell you at 7:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A fan at the Angels-A's game in Tempe, Arizona on Saturday got blasted by a foul ball right in the beer.
In the beer.
Oh, man.
And it wasn't like a cup of beer. It was a can of beer.
Nice.
I don't know why. That's important to me.
Well, it might have, it might have saved the guy a little bit because those foul balls, man, you don't want to get hit by those, and so maybe they can help deflect that a little bit better than a cup would have. But it was A's catcher Sean Murphy who hit the ball right at the guy along the third baseline. But he was quick enough to use his beer to shield himself and a female friend, which is, the metal can definitely would have helped with that because that's a liner. That's a screaming liner down the third base line, damn.
And dude, I'm looking at someone took like still pictures. The girl was on her phone and barely even paying attention. Like she's staring at the screen on her cell phone when that ball comes flying in at them. So if it hit her, it would have been a massive surprise.
Yeah, dude, that's why they tell you, man, don't be looking at your phone at a ball game, especially if you're on those third base or first base lines for that reason, because that ball, next thing you know, it's on you. And it's like, it was like a geyser, sprouting out of his can after he deflected it. They were fine. As I said, the beer not, because it kind of exploded. And here's the play-by-play. That's what I love about it. There was play-by-play of all this.
And here's the pitch. That's hit hard, foul back to the seats down the left side. And I think someone came away with a real good play on that one. Not sure. The fans are giving the person that got that baseball a standing ovation down that left side.
Yeah, it's because he saved everybody's life. He saved his life, his girlfriend's life.
I love the girl is still on her phone while all this is going on. I'm still texting. Like, I don't care that we're being showered with beer right now.
Yeah, she's like, I got to put this on my Instagram. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, that is that's a great play. I mean, man, that guy should be signed up. And the Angels actually, they did him a solid. They sent him 4 more beers and an autographed Mike Trout bat.
Dude, I mean, we've heard stories where guys catch like home run balls of like monumental balls and they won't even hook the guy up with a bunch of stuff. Like this guy, the Angels are pretty awesome for that. I hate to say something nice about a quote unquote rival of the Mariners. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they really view themselves as a rival of the Mariners, but those beers are like $12 a can.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's to get 4 more of those, do the math. That's $50.
Guess we're calling an Uber home, guys.
Right? Yeah, that's a good point. So I'm leaving the car here. But it's funny because they put the beers in like a bag full of ice.
Nice.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the picture of that, but it's pretty awesome. Like, I don't know why I think that's even cooler than the baseball bat, but the bat's pretty damn sweet. But
yeah, the bat is. I mean, look, the cooler, the ice of beers and stuff is nice, but that bat is pretty sweet. And also, now you can defend yourself without, you can hit it back at him.
It looks like it's a game used bat because it's got a bunch of the pine tar on the bat as well.
Whoa, a game used autograph bat? That is sweet.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was actually maybe it was just during warm ups or something, but still.
And you know what? It was not, and it was. It
wasn't even Mike Trout that hit him.
Yeah, and it wasn't even one of the Angels that hit him. It was one of the A's. But obviously it was a home game for the Angels, so they're like, "Oh, we'll take care of you, buddy."
That's an awesome hookup.
Yeah.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
So a fan at an Angels baseball game got hit by a foul ball right in the beer, and the Angels sent him 4 more beers and an autographed Mike Trout bat. Steve really impressed with the delivery system of the beers, more so than the bat. So,
and kudos to the team for doing something cool to a fan. Like you didn't have to do anything; they could have just sent him 1 beer, and he probably would have been happy.
Yeah. All right, Seattle, you got to step up. I'm gonna, make sure. I'm gonna be watching and see what they do at what do we call it now? Is it
T-Mobile Park?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So based on this, what was the coolest hookup that you have ever received? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. What was the coolest hookup you've ever received? Your calls, your texts after Pearl Jam on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. A fan at an Angels baseball game got hit by a foul ball right in the beer. So the Angels sent the guy 4 more beers and an autographed Mike Trout bat. Based on this, we want to know, man, what was the coolest hookup you have ever received? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Mike in Covington, you are on The Rock.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Morning, Mike. What you got for us, buddy?
Well, my best hookup ever was in 2008, and it happened to be you guys that hooked me up.
Yeah. Oh, look at us. All right.
We're the hookers.
My dad was diagnosed with small cell lung cancer and was given a year to live. And I asked him what he wanted to do, in his last year, what's on his bucket list. He was drafted to play pro baseball when he was in the Air Force by the Brooklyn Dodgers, and his idol back then was Ted Williams, and when Ted Williams passed, Ken Griffey Jr. became his idol. And so he asked me if I could find some way for him to get to meet Ken Griffey Jr. And so I tried, and I knew you guys, could probably find somebody out there. So I called the radio station, and next thing I know, I get a call from the Mariners, and you guys hooked me up, and my whole family went down for batting practice. Don Wakamatsu, Rick Riz, a bunch of the Mariners came over. My dad was in a wheelchair at the time, and sort of on the onset of dementia, but the Mariners gave us all Ken Griffey Jr. jerseys, and as we were sitting there watching batting practice, Ken came out, and he couldn't have been a more gracious guy. He actually got down on one knee and grabbed my dad by the hands and said, hey, thank you for letting me be a part of your night. Signed baseballs for all of us, signed the bat that he was using in batting practice, gave it to my dad. Then they gave us Diamond Club seats and had the Mariners professional photographer come over and take a picture of us, and then they sent that to me.
That's damn, amazing. Dude. That is, and Steve, you probably set that all up because you know me. I don't know how to do anything.
Dude, that's so cool.
Well, and then you guys invited me to the show the next day to tell the story, and I'll tell you, I get a little emotional about it. Sorry, but I can't thank you guys enough. Because my dad died 2 weeks later.
Wow.
After that night. And one more funny thing, you guys will love this. So as Ken was leaving, he said, "Hey, I gotta go," and he leaned down and put his hand on my dad's shoulder. My dad, as I said, he was on the onset of dementia at this point, but he looked up at him and he said, "Thanks, Ichiro."
He called Ken Griffey Jr. Ichiro.
and so Ken looked over at me, and he kind of gave me the stink eye a little bit. And I go, "I'm so sorry." And he goes, "Hey, I've been called a lot worse."
He's probably never been called Ichiro.
Oh man!
Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. You guys are amazing, and I listen to you every day. And again, best hookup I've ever had.
Well, I mean, we were able to put you in good hands. I mean, the true thank you has to go to the Mariners organization for everything that they did. I mean, they could have just done a couple of those things, and I think it would have been amazing. And the fact that they went above and beyond, it's just, there's some good people behind the scenes over at the Mariners organization.
You know, and I always forget that happened. And of course, he'll call from time to time and tell us about that. And it really, what an awesome moment. And you're right, Steve. I mean, the Mariners, they laid out the royal treatment for, and that was, it may have been more important to the son, more important to him than his dad. Just
at
to
that
see
point,
him, to see his dad, again, he was drafted, and of course Ted Williams, and then I love the fact that he goes from Ted to Ken Griffey Jr., which is a hell of a nod because Ted is arguably considered the best hitter baseball has ever seen, and I would argue that maybe Jr. might have taken up that mantle as far as if you go natural, great player, and I love that he got to basically meet, if anything, the Ted Williams of his time, and that's awesome, dude.
I like this text message. It says, this is a sign of some good people out there. I've been working on with my current employer for about 3 months. I bust my ass every day to earn my keep. I asked to leave early on a day because I had saved up enough money for new tires for my truck. Right as I was leaving, my boss stopped me and said, "Hey, call me when you're getting rung up for the tires." He ended up paying for my full set of tires $1,000.
Whoa.
That's a cool boss.
Yeah, see, that is, that's the kind of boss we're talking about. Not some of the bosses we hear about. Sarah in Auburn, you are on the rock.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sarah. How about you? What was the coolest hookup you ever got?
I was also at the baseball stadium, actually. I'm a pretty big fan of the Cleveland Indians because Major League is my favorite movie.
Wild thing, nice. Baby.
So I have my own Vaughn jersey. I wear my glasses when I go to the game. It's the whole thing, right? So my dad and I went a few years ago, but we didn't buy our tickets ahead of time. We were just going to buy them at the stadium when we got there on like a Thursday after work. So we're walking up, and this group of people, this one guy comes over and says, "Hey, are you an Indians fan?" My dad goes, "She is." So he's like, well, we had a couple people bail on us. Do you want extra tickets? I was like, well, how much are they going to cost? And he's like, oh, nothing. They're like, oh, okay seats. I'm like, oh, they could be in the top, and I don't care. They're free. I don't have to pay for them. right? And then he goes, okay, so how many do you need? I go, oh, it's just us two. So he just rips two off, and we don't even look, and we go in, and they're club level seats, completely for free.
Wow,
Yeah.
and that's what he calls okay seats. All right,
Yeah,
that club level's nice.
Okay seats? Are you kidding me?
Right? Club seats are the best.
Yeah, they really are.
I was like, sweet, okay. So that pretty much made our night. It was so great.
That's fantastic. You know, again, man, when you get free stuff in life and you just don't expect it, and you know, sometimes that is the best. You just go, really? And it's free? Especially, it seems like these days, right out back in my day, it just seems like you don't expect people to be kind.
You're like, what's the catch?
Yeah. So it's it's quite a bonus, man.
Someone said I one time ordered a cup of clam chowder from Ivers. Server screwed up. He gave me a bowl, not a cup. Didn't have to pay for the upgrade. It's the little things, bro. The little things. But then they texted in after the Ken Griffey story and said, my clam chowder story kind of sucks now. I still think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I have to
love
admit
clam
that
chowder. That's great.
I mean, Ken Griffey royal treatment, or you get a bowl instead of a cup at Ivers. All right. I mean, look, like you said, it's a small thing.
If you're not a baseball fan, the clam chowder one is way better. Right?
That's a very good point. Very, very good point. All right. If you do need to get free stuff and you really do appreciate the upgrade from a cup to a bowl, maybe you need some financial advice. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what's going on. And you know what? We can get that to you. We have KISW's financial advisor, Todd Peach, at 206-421-ROCK. You can text us at 77999. Todd Peach from BECU, taking your calls and your texts at 747 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another listener question. How do I rebuild my credit after filing bankruptcy?
You rebuild it, one creditor at a time by making your payments on time on your rent or your mortgage, by continuing to make car payments on a car that you keep during your case. You can also, as I said, you can almost always get a credit card almost immediately after filing bankruptcy. Sometimes it's a secured card, and it'll almost always have a really high interest rate on it. But you could get a small balance credit card and charge a tank of gas or a dinner once a month on that, and make the payment, pay it off every month, and that'll help you build a credit history one creditor at a time, and will help you rebuild your credit over time.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.